Hey friends, it's Mary Giordano, and welcome to Unapologetically Wild. Every single day, you have a choice. You can stay where you are, or you can step into the possibility of something even greater. And I'm here to spark that flame within you and inspire you to show up, embrace the fear, and do the fucking thing. Messy, scared, and real. Let's get started. Hey friends, welcome back to Unapologetically Wild. Today's episode is a good one. I've spoken about this topic with so many women on my group trips, in coaching calls, in my community, that I thought it'd be perfect to share here. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, who the hell is that person staring back at me? Or maybe you've started avoiding the mirror altogether because deep down, you don't want to be faced with her. I mean, you know her story, you know her responsibilities, but somewhere along the way, you stopped knowing her because for years, maybe even decades, you've been everything for everyone else. The mom, the partner, the friend, the employee, the dependable one. You built your life around everyone else's needs, and now that that noise has quieted, the kids are grown, the job's winding down or already done, the house feels a little bit still, and you're left wondering, who am I now? This topic just came up on my last women's group trip in Banff, Canada. We were hiking around a lake and a few of the women started talking about this exact feeling, the strange mix of freedom and loss that comes when the roles you've lived in for so long start to fade. And you're not sure what to do with yourself anymore because for the first time in years, no one really needs you. And I reminded them, this version that's starting to resurface, she's not new. She's always been there. She just got buried under years of doing and caring and carrying everyone else. And that's what we're diving into today. Why so many women lose their sense of self in midlife and how to start reconnecting to who you actually are underneath the titles, and why this season, even though it feels uncertain, might just be the most liberating one yet. The thing about identity is it rarely disappears all at once. Instead, it fades slowly over time, piece by piece. Every time you say, I'll do it, I've got it, or it's fine, I'll figure it out. And most women don't wake up one day feeling lost because of one big event. Instead, it happens quietly over years of putting everyone else first. You start by adjusting, accommodating, being flexible because that's what good moms and partners and employees do. And at first, it feels right. You're needed. You're making things happen. You're holding it all together. But eventually, your life becomes a collection of roles you perform instead of experiences you live. Your identity gets pieced together by what you do rather than who you actually are. And every time you put your needs last, you reinforce this unspoken rule that I'll matter later. And we become professionals at showing up for everyone else. We never miss the dentist appointment, the parent-teacher conference, the work deadline. But when it comes to showing up for ourselves, when it's time to rest, to dream, to check in, we reschedule, we rationalize, or we forget entirely. It's like everyone else's commitments are written in ink and ours are written in pencil, easy to erase or reschedule. And then one day later shows up. The kids are grown, the career slows down, the noise fades, and for the first time in decades, you have space. Yet it doesn't feel peaceful. It feels empty, unfamiliar, like walking into a house that used to feel like home, but someone rearranged all the furniture. You look around and you think, wait, who am I when I'm not needed? And that question is fucking terrifying because it means the woman who's been running on autopilot now has to meet herself again without a title to hide behind. And even though you may feel like you've lost yourself, you haven't. You've just been so busy being everything for everyone else that you forgot how to be with yourself. And now this part of your life, the quiet one, the in-between, it's not a breakdown, it's a reintroduction. And I know so many women think that after years and years of taking care of everyone else, finally having time for you would feel like absolute freedom. But for most women, it feels disorienting because when your identity has been built on being needed, stillness can feel like irrelevance. We've been conditioned to equate our worth with our usefulness. We feel valuable when we're doing, fixing, helping, managing. So when that constant doing slows down, when the kids don't need you as much, when the job isn't consuming every thought, when the house is quiet, it's not just your schedule that changes, it's your sense of purpose. And suddenly there's all this space to think, space to feel, space to ask, what do I even like anymore? What lights me up? What would I do if no one else's needs came first? And that's when you realize you might not know because you haven't asked yourself those questions in years. You've been so focused on who you needed to be for everyone else that you forgot who you are for yourself. So when people say, now is your time to do something for you, it almost feels insulting. Like, okay, but what does that even mean? And it's not that you've lost passion or drive, even though you may feel like you have. It's that you've been living in response mode for so long that desire has gone quiet. And when it's quiet, the discomfort gets loud. You start to feel guilty for wanting more, restless without knowing what you're even craving, and unsure how to start rebuilding a life that feels like yours again. And this is the part most women skip, the in-between, the space between who you were and who you're becoming. And yeah, it's uncomfortable as hell, but it's also where you finally start to hear yourself again. Here's the thing about rediscovering yourself. It doesn't have to start with some big revelation. It never does. It starts with curiosity. Most women think they need some big plan, a new passion, or a total reinvention of their life. But this isn't about creating a new version of you. It's about getting reacquainted with the woman who's been underneath all along. And here's where most of us get tripped up. The comparison trap. We start looking out there for who we're supposed to be next, scrolling through women our age who seem to have it all figured out. The new careers, the reinventions, the finding my purpose posts, and suddenly it's easy to feel behind. And I have to plug this in here because it's something I'm really passionate about. Purpose isn't something you find. It's something you create through how you live, how you show up, and what you give your attention to every single day. You don't stumble across it out there in some perfect next chapter. You build purpose by doing things on purpose, by choosing to live with more intention, not more titles. And the more you compare, the quieter your own voice gets. You stop listening to what actually lights you up and start chasing what looks good on someone else. And that's how women lose themselves all over again, but this time to an algorithm. Know that you don't need to overhaul your own life, even though it may feel that way. Instead, you just need small, honest moments that reconnect you to you. So I want you to start with these 3 simple things. Number 1, start paying attention to what feels good, not what looks good. Notice what actually makes you feel grounded or alive, what calms you, what makes time move faster in the best way. These don't have to be huge things. It might be making coffee slowly in the morning, or spending time in your garden, or getting a book and reading on your porch, going for a short hike, or spending time painting or walking your dog. Number 2, spend more time with your own voice than with other people's. So step away from the noise. Sit with your coffee without reaching for your phone. Drive in silence. Take a walk with no headphones. The goal isn't productivity, it's presence. It's so you can hear yourself again after years of tuning everyone else in first. And number 3, do one small thing that's yours. Something with no outcome or responsibility attached to it. Learn something new or go explore a new place or bring back something old that you used to love before life got busy. You don't need permission or proof it'll work. Just start. You don't find yourself or purpose by waiting for clarity to hit. You remember who you are by living purposefully, doing small things with intention, curiosity, and honesty. And remember, you've been everyone else's anchor for so damn long, it's now time to become your own. And the best part, you don't have to do this alone, even though it can feel that way. I know one of the hardest things about this stage of life is how much your world quietly shifts. It can feel really hard to meet new people, make new friends. The people you used to see every day, your coworkers, other parents, neighbors, they're not as close as they once were. Schedules change, circles drift, people move, and the thought of making new friends, meeting new people can feel extremely overwhelming. You're not going out to bars and clubs and parties and all that stuff to meet new people. And while you're probably craving that connection, you don't even know where to start to create it. But I say start small. Join a hiking group, a book club, a class. Volunteer somewhere that matters. This is where you can find women who are also in this chapter, the ones who want more than surface level conversation. Because while rediscovering yourself starts with you, staying connected with others with similar interests keeps you grounded. And the right people, they don't just fill your time. They have a way of reminding you who you are. So if there's one thing I want you to take from this, it's that this stage of life isn't about chasing your youth or clinging to who you used to be. So many women get stuck replaying the used to stories. I used to run 10 miles. I used to work out every day. I used to be so driven, so social, so productive. But I don't care what you used to do. I care what you're doing now, because your life isn't back there. It's happening today, right here, in motion, not in memory. This chapter isn't about getting back to anything. It's about getting real with where you are now and building from there. Your worth was never in your mileage, your job title, your to-do list. It's in your willingness to keep showing up, curious, awake, and honest enough to meet yourself again. So if you've been wondering who you are without the titles, the routines, the constant busyness, that's the work. Not to fix yourself, not to reinvent yourself, but to start living like you're the main character again, not the supporting role in everyone else's story. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to stop disappearing in your own life. Thanks for tuning in today. If this episode hit home, subscribe and share it with a friend, because together we can bring more women into this wild, unapologetic space. Remember, waiting until you feel ready is the fastest way to nowhere. So show up, embrace the fear, and do the fucking thing. And don't forget to subscribe to my Unapologetically Wild Chronicles. The link's in the show notes. Until next time, stay wild.